Alright, so this is kind of a mini product review. This is something I've never really done before, actually, but it is going to be a first. I think it's going to be really, really nice and useful. This is the MX Ergo created by Logitech. It is a trackball mouse for any of you that are possibly interested in using a trackball mouse or have never used a trackball mouse before. You might be thinking, why would I want to use something like this? The reason why I chose to switch over, and I've only been using this for about 2 weeks, is because I needed the desk space for one. I didn't want to move my arm all over the place when I'm going around doing small actions or trying to like sweep between my monitors and everything like that. So I wanted something that I could just use a really small amount of movement and then be able to just control what's happening on the screen. If you take a look here, you can see that I'm guiding my cursor as such, and it's going to be controlled using my thumb, which is really, really nice. Everything there is really, really cool. Now, this has all the standard workings of a mouse. You've got your right, left click, you've got your scroll wheel, and you've got forward and back buttons, which I have mapped to certain actions according to whatever application I'm in. So for example, if I'm here in my music program, I'm like, I want to scrunch down my measures. See that right there? It just kind of scrunched. Oh, it got wider. I am using my forward and back buttons to achieve this, which is really, really cool. So this mouse, I actually swapped out the gray ball that it came out with this glossy red one. So the action on it is super, super smooth, which I really, really enjoy. It's actually really silent too, so I can't hear a thing anymore when I am working with it. And it tracks a lot easier. So even with your most minute small motions, let me see if I can pull this up here. Okay, so like there you can kind of see the pointer. And just gently moving it ever so slightly. Not only is it silent, but it tracks really, really smoothly. So I'm very pleased with that. So honestly, if I was to advise anyone getting this, if you're thinking about it, I would say swap out the default ball that it came with a new one. So I love this one here. Other unique features, so taking a look at it, the bottom part actually separates. So the bottom part here, if you take a look, this right there, that is the magnetic plate that it is on. So it allows you to tilt the mouse either from completely flat, if you feel like it's nice using it flat, or if you're going to be doing it at a tilted feature. And it goes very nicely on the bottom of here. So you can see how that kind of fits. It snaps on in place, and then you're ready to go. So I have it already here like this. And if I want to tilt it, tilted it as such. If I want it to go back, like that. So that's a really cool feature. Another feature that I like about this is that it is Bluetooth. So I do not have any USB connection to it at all. It runs solely through Bluetooth, and I freed up another port as well. Now, why would you want to use something like this? Well, there's been arguments saying that, if you use your mouse a lot and you're doing a lot of these repetitive motions, you can run into repetitive stress injury. And so from that, if you want to eliminate repetitive stress injury, keeping your hand in this most natural position and just kind of navigating as such would reduce that. I had to actually learn how to use a mouse all over again. And it took some time. It's still taking some time. I've only had it for about maybe 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more, but I am slowly growing to enjoy this extremely much. The premium quality of the product is also very, very apparent. This top part here has kind of like this hard, rubbery type texture, so it feels really, really nice when you're using it. And that magnetic plate is so strong that it's not going to just tip over whenever you feel like it. So you can actually have that degree of control. I am extremely pleased with this product now that I've gotten some really good time to get used to it. And if anybody is interested in possibly switching over to a trackball, this might be one for you to possibly consider. I am going to give this out of 5 stars. I think I'm going to give it maybe 4.5. The one thing that I would really want more is I would really want these 2 forward and back buttons to be a little bit more larger in size, so that way it's easier to press instead of having to target it very precisely. It's a small little complaint. And then the scroll wheel for the middle click, if you're going to use that as an actual button, maybe a smidge easier to press down instead of having to angle it as such and really kind of press down on it. Those are 2 minor complaints. Aside from that, I would say a really solid product. Give it a try if you are thinking about switching over.